Hello, General Chemistry. Today we are going to start our videos on chemical reactions. And so we'll start right away with the definition of a chemical reaction. A chemical reaction is a process where one or more substances become different substances by swapping and rearranging the atoms in their formulas. That's what they do. So if you're looking at a situation and you've got one set of chemical formulas and then at the end you get a different set of chemical formulas, that is a chemical reaction. So let's take a look at an example. We're going to use a famous example from general biology. We have H2O, so this is our water, and CO2, this is our carbon dioxide. We've got this arrow here, gives us C6H12O6, which is our formula for glucose and oxygen. And then there's this issue of energy. This is our example, and this is photosynthesis. So this is photosynthesis from general biology. Now, in biology, you may have seen discussions of light on the arrow or on the product or on the reactant side. Well, we're going to talk more about this energy business later. Chemists do something slightly different when they start talking about energy and chemical reactions. So we'll cover that in a minute. But first, let's talk about the parts of the chemical reaction. The reactants in red, these are the starting materials for any chemical reaction that will change to a new substance during the reaction. So in this case, the plant or the algae or whatever organism, photosynthetic organism it is, has the ability to take water and carbon dioxide and using those starting materials make something new. So these are our reactants. Now the next part of the chemical reaction is this arrow. The arrow is read as the yields symbol, and so you would read it as yield. So we would have H2O and carbon dioxide yield something. That's how you would read this chemical reaction. And this signifies that the change is happening. And it can also be read as produces or creates. So you could say H2O and carbon dioxide have a chemical reaction to create, and then whatever it is that comes next. So that's the yield arrow. So everything before that are reactants. So then we come to the next part, which is the things that come after that, products. So products are the new substances formed during the reaction. So you start with your reactants, water and carbon dioxide, yield glucose and oxygen. So at the end, the universe gets glucose, the universe gets oxygen. There's now glucose and oxygen where there wasn't glucose and oxygen before. We've got less water and carbon dioxide because we had to take that away from the environment, and then we used it to create glucose and oxygen, which we're now giving to the environment. And so now that brings us to this last part, which is a little more, well, a little complicated. Some reactions absorb energy from the environment and store it in the products. Other reactions release energy from the reactants to make the products. And so let's look at this situation. To do photosynthesis, is the plant absorbing energy or releasing energy? Well, if you can remember from your biology, the plant has got to absorb energy from light. So this is an energy absorption reaction. And so sometimes we feel comfortable writing plus light over here on the reactant side because we need to put light in. Or sometimes we put light over the arrow. Well, chemists tend to put energy on the right side with the products always, whether it is absorbing or releasing energy. And the way they tell the difference is by using a symbol. In this case, we have negative energy, and that's because on the product sides, we're looking about what happens to the universe. Well, the universe or the environment is going to get some more glucose and it's going to get some more oxygen. But because we had to absorb energy from the environment, there is less energy in the environment because some of that light energy got absorbed by the plant. So now there's less energy in the environment. So the environment loses energy. If it was a reaction that was releasing energy, like let's say striking a match, and then you have this burning match with fire, that would be releasing light and releasing heat out into the universe, then this would be a plus energy because the environment is getting more energy. Energy is being released into the environment. So we're going to start writing them this way when we deal with energy, which may be in a little while. But that's what we're going to do. The environment is losing energy to make this reaction go, or because of this reaction, the environment is gaining energy, and then it would be a plus symbol. One last note. The types of atoms in chemical reactions do not change as part of the chemical reaction. That means that if we have carbon and hydrogen and oxygen on this side, then we are only going to have carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen on this side. The atoms are going to rearrange, and they're going to be reorganized into different molecules because their formulas are changing, but the types of atoms are always the same. There's some more details about that which we will go into in the future. I hope this helps. Struggle well.